Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric, and Miss Mags here. Miss Mags has decided that she wants to do the Colonists first. She likes that box, as you can tell right here. So we decided to thank you for all who voted in this. So the Colonists, we're going to open first. Oh, look at those. Miss Mags. All right. Well, she just wanted to give a little show on camera there. So, all right. So, the Colonists is by Mayfair Games, designed by Tim Puls. And, again, a huge box. And let's get to the opening here. This is going to be a while because a very, very heavy box. And without further ado, let's open it up. All right. So it's really thick. And again, we'll just give a brief reading on the back here, just to read what we did before. So, all right. The Emperor entrusted you with the task to establish a glorious and prosperous community. To show the Emperor that his trust was not in vain, you send out your trusted steward into the countryside, instructing him to build residences and attract new colonists into your community. Recruiting colonists is not enough, as you have to create jobs for them as well. Therefore, you should also build buildings where the colonists of your community can work. This will require a lot of resources, so let your steward or your colonists collect them. With time, duties will become more complex, which is why you should educate your colonists so that they are ready for tasks at hand. Farmers will turn into citizens, which in turn can become successful merchants. Establish relations with by building embassies in your community, and your community will be thriving in time. All right, so this is variable playing time. That's because you can play up to 4 heirs. Goods management, so storekeeper training included. And worker movement, worker placement is so yesterday. So it's worker movement. So, all right. So here we go. Let's open it up. So we get this for a very good price on a miniature market. See, everything's already moving around inside. Huge box. Oh my goodness. That is a big box. So, alright. So let's see what we got here on top. As usual, tons of baggies. Again, I think we mentioned earlier, we're probably going to be getting the insert for this, as got a ton of stuff inside. Alright, so open up the cards first here. Oops, a lot of cards. So 2 big stacks of cards. As you can see here, there's one big stack right here. Not sure exactly what these are, some kind of tracking device. And this right here, this is the round marker right here. So you're going to play each era is going to be in 10 seasons, a summer and a winter for each year. So played over course of 5 years. Not sure exactly. Maybe these may be layouts for the cards and everything. This is some resource conversions on here. These are, I think these are the different years or eras. Actually, these are eras. That's era 4. So the starting conditions and everything. Era 3. So it's kind of backwards of the way you do them. Era 2. Era 1. Let me see if I can fix these a little bit here so I can show them to you kind of in some logical order. Alright, so these are just examples of the cards here. So I think these are like contracts and whatnot you can get. I think you visit what's called a librarian, and then you can draw cards, and these are the resources to complete them. And this is what you get every round, it looks like, or every movement possibly. I think probably once a season maybe you get that. So just the different inventions and whatnot you can get to help you break some of the rules in the game, or give you extra resources and stuff. So a ton of these. Horse, ticket, wood saw, ruin, so you can get clay and stuff from there. Clothing, looks like you can get a blacksmith with anvil. So grill, another grill, saw, oven, tool trader, charcoal kiln. So these will give you extra resources and everything once you build them. Tells you what era to use them in and everything. So yeah, so we're gonna have to organize all this stuff according to era too when it comes out, because not everything comes out in the first era. It comes out over a series of 4 eras. Iron ore mine, greenhouse, weaving machine, village church, iron axes, iron shovels, sewing machines, weaving mill. Most of these are epic era 4. So these are storage cellar. So storage is really tight in this, as well as inventory. So you can only hold so many goods. This is the builder right here. I think these are the this is epic 1. I mean era 1. So this is what will happen. This is for the market, a market card for era 1. So it shows you what the market spaces do and what you can build there. This is, I think, epic era 2. No, still era 1. Oh, I see what every year. That's right. I think every year these come out. So there's 5 of them for every year. So I think there's 6 probably total cards, and 5 of them will come out over the course of an era. And this is, still era 1. Actually, maybe there's more than that. This is era 2. So it might be more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, I think 5 of them come out of 7. So you don't always use them. So it's a little bit of there's replayability in that. This is the 3rd era. So you notice the resources you start to get more of stuff, and market conversions and food and stuff, and because you got to feed your people in this too, just like an Uwe Rosenberg type game. So yeah, so these are all the different market cards that are going to come out when you visit the markets. So it's going to be a tile. You're going to have a bunch of tiles in this, and you're going to have to form your tiles and organize your tiles to be the most effective in building stuff. So 3. This is 3. Still 3, yeah. Still 3. Yeah. 4 now. Grills, saws, ovens, tool trader, charcoal kiln. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. Market stand, delivery contracts, village church. Wow, there's a lot. Storage cellars. Wow, there's a lot. That big for the. Moving back to the markets there. Yep. All right, so that's one deck there. So you have another equally sized deck here. Alright, so let's see what this starts off with. This must be 1 through 3 in here. So stone axes we'll start with. And shovels. Wood saws. Ruins. Yeah, so these are like low level ones, but they'll slowly start to get more. Building contracts. Lots of these. It's still Era 1. Vegetable Garden. Beaver's Lodge. Yeah, still all 1. Holiday Cabins. Holiday Flats. So you can upgrade your buildings and everything in this. Still 1. Tickets. Wood Saw. Here we go. So Epic 2. Era 2. So probably a little more powerful saw. So that's probably where, yeah, so a lot of these are going to be duplicates and then some more advanced versions of the ones in the first Epic. Yeah, still 2. Kiln. Yeah, so just more advanced versions of a lot of this stuff. Or upgraded farms and stuff. So instead of a church, it's a chapel. Hostel. So imagine the third one's going to start with another, saw. So there you go. So this is the third era cards. So just higher versions of the other ones. So we'll do it until we get the other saw. Tool traders, charcoal pile, large iron smelter, so forth. So just more powerful versions of the other buildings. And there you go, stone axes where we started. Okay. So those look like all the cards here. Tons of wooden meeples here. So for your merchants, your citizens, and then your farmers. I think we said farmers were the green ones. And then I think these were citizens, I think. And I think the last ones were merchants. Could be wrong in what they are, but one of them is of each one of those 3. So, and it's all, looks like it's all just that, and some player discs, and then the pink one is I think one of the you can hire an extra person to go around from one of the embassies or something like that for the colonies. Yeah, so and the different pawns and everything like that in there. All right, so a big bag of those, and your handy dandy. I think these are, these are for the colonies. So they get more the abilities of the colonies, basically rule breakers and everything. So this is the Traitor Colony. So it starts off with just some actions here, and then it gets more powerful as you go on in different eras, and you're able to get better versions of those colonies and everything like that. So you have Traitor Colony, Envoy Colony. That gives you an extra meeple and everything like that around. Our Altruist Colonies, Industrialist Colonies, Labor Colonies, Alchemist Colony, Scholar Colony, Lord Colony, Storekeeper Colony. I think that's it. There you go. So these are pretty good card stock. All right, so here is the lovely score pad here. So let me get the focus there. So you focus your buildings. You score your buildings, embassies, improvements, dollars, and then get a subtotal. And then farmers, citizens, merchants. So basically your people, and then you total it. So that's it. Not too many of these, but we can make more copies of these, which I'm sure we will. All right, let's get to the meat of everything now. So here is your appendix. Try to fit it all on camera there. So the different colonies in here, it looks like it mentions, and what they do. And then part 2, tips for new players, which I'm sure we'll be looking at that a lot. And then it looks like your hierarchy of how you craft things, looks like. Robes, ore, iron. So resource conversion is huge in this, in crafting, which is always a big plus for me. I love that kind of stuff. Even when I played MMOs like World of Warcraft and stuff, I would do a lot of crafting in those games. So I love crafting in games. And then here it looks like all the different buildings and what they do, and how much they cost, the dollar value, and their effect. And then part 5 is the places. So these are all the different places you can go to on your tiles, which will come out. More places here. Still more places. And then in the back here, acknowledgements and the keyword index. So a nice, good index to look up everything, to look stuff up. All right, so that's the first book there. And this is super, oh my god. Oh, there's 2 of them, okay. I thought it was one thing. And then here is the, it looks like the instruction booklet. Looks like lots of reading in this. Oh, good. Lots of pictures. Good. So these look like all the different buildings you can get. Embassies, warehouses, storage facilities. There's all your wooden figures up top there. Your stewards, which come in your player colors. And then each guild, it looks like, well, 3 of the guilds. I mean, the Alchemist, the Altruist, and the Laborer guilds all have their own pawn. You can move around to gather extra resources for you to reduce the cost of producing stuff. And then your colonists up top there. It's like the 60 green, 40 yellow, and then 20 of the merchants. Yeah, so I had the colors right. Your goods tokens next right there. Tools, dollars, bricks, coal. Looks like robes. It looks like it's kind of like your Rosenberg game, like Ora et Labora, your resources here. And that's your player board there, which you're going to fill up with buildings and store and warehouses and all kinds of stuff there. And basically how to set up the game. So you're basically going to start with a bunch of tiles out there, and it's going to ever grow through. By the time you're done, it's going to be probably at least 5 or 6 times the size of that, at least. And at least in the playthroughs I've watched on heavy cardboard and everything. And slicker drips. So course of play. The half years, your 3 turns. So you're going to get 3 turns every half year. Doesn't sound like much, but you figure 3 turns every half year, 6 turns every full year, times 5 years, so 30 turns in every era. So yeah, and it shows you how you move and everything. And storage rules, goods. Can never end up in the same place you start in. So there's no like blocking for other players. So when you do play multiplayer, you can. I don't think any 2 pawns can be in the same. Like regular worker placement, you can't have 2 pawns in one tile. So it prevents you from blocking somebody else consistently. like in Le Havre, you could consistently stay on a building and block other people from going into it. Improvements and hand cards. So it looks like it's pretty well laid out. Special ambassadors. I think those are the little pawns you get from the ambassadors from the other colonies. Yeah, how you upgrade your workers. You have to dress them too. And game end scoring. And starting at a late, you can also fast forward and start at a later era, so you don't always have to start at era 1. You can start at era like 2 or 3 or even 4, and then just finish the game from there. So it gives you a way to like jump start it, which is always good, because this can be a very long game. And then it shows you how to save the game if you don't not able to leave it set up or don't want to leave it set up, that kind of thing. So there you go. So there is so how many pages we got here? We got 24 pages rule book. So pretty extensive. And what do we have here? So it looks like introductory game. This is interesting. I never saw one of these booklets laid out this way. Oh, it kind of gives you an example play of Bob. And so it kind of goes through a few turns probably of so Alice and Bob. So it shows you how typical player turns go. And the winter rounds, the first year. Probably goes through all the 5 years, it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And what to do at the end of the year 1. How to score. So that's really cool. So it looks like this is an example of... so as you can see, there's more tiles are going to get laid out. And basically it gets bigger and bigger. So it looks like a 2-player game they simulate. So that's pretty cool. I've never seen something like this that they simulate like a whole game here. So that's pretty cool. I like that. At least the tile laying part of it anyway. And then by the end of Era 1, I think it's bigger than that. Let's see here. So yeah, so those are examples of how big it gets. Like I said, it gets pretty big. Cool. Very cool. So an full example of play. So it simulates a game for one of the eras anyway. And here we go. Oh man, there are tons of these. So this is stack 1 of the boards. And there's two boards here. So that's really cool. So we'll go through each one of these and show you what's inside. Like I said, this is going to be a long unboxing. So feel free to skip ahead if you want to. Although I love doing this stuff. So definitely good thickness. I mean, not super thick, but not thin either. So just to show you one. So it's decent thickness. I can't complain about that. That's very good thickness. And this is let me get the focus here. So it looks like this is a farm. You get a farmer on it. And again, I can't get it to focus, but I think you get the idea. There we go. So decent artwork. Nothing too fancy, but does the trick. So then you got your upgrade your building to a flat, which you can have citizens in. Let's see if I can get them. There you go. So a bunch of these. Then you can do a hunting lodge, which you have to staff with workers. So you have to staff all your buildings with workers to get them to do stuff. Tailor shops. And then here, the tiles aren't as big as I thought they were. For some reason I thought they were a lot bigger. But that's good because you're definitely going to be laying a lot of tiles, so you don't want them to be too big. So it looks like that's the clay burner. So good iconography and everything in it. Shows you what resources you need, pretty clear. So this is how you build you can build a pub. So the builders do different things. This one builds in a farm and estate. This one builds a flat, and then that one builds a hollow up top there. So like I think I showed you before, the markets are also going to allow you to build stuff too. And then these are the backs of them. And these right here are just extensions for your inventory and whatnot in your warehouses. The backs of the tiles. So it kind of shows you what era they're using, which is kind of cool. So it's pretty clear. But you definitely have to keep things organized in this game. So what do we got here? We got more stuff. Some more factories. Iron mines. Forester's house. Pubs. What's that one? Oh, and these are for the colonies that you can hire there. You're going to put one of these on your board every time you hire a colony. So these are the embassies that are going to go on your thing. So pretty cool. Another warehouse up there, or a storage type of some type. And oops. Some more of the tiles. Some more builders there, it looks like. Yeah, they're kind of hard to focus, so they don't want to focus sometimes. There, you get the idea. That one's a riverbank forest or something like that. That's a clay pocket. So it's like buildings and tiles on each one of these. Some more hunting lodges, flats. More tiles, more builders. Day laborer. They get you goods and stuff. And again, on the back, they label. Well, these don't label what eras there. Some of these might be starting ones, possibly. Some more farms. Looks like some houses. And more tiles. A joiner, it looks like there. So cool stuff. Definitely cool. So alright. So we'll continue on in a second. Just going to take a short little break here. Alrighty. Let's see. More just kind of the same stuff. Some more builders. There's your librarian where you're going to get your cards for your quests kind of stuff in there. Or your abilities they're going to give you once you fulfill them. And then more buildings. Looks like hunting lodges and more of the same stuff. Houses. There you go. Okay, it looks like something a little different here. So this is looks like more of the embassies for the colonies here. Get the focus. There you go. Industrialist Embassy. Very nice artwork, though. Industrialist Embassy. Envoy Embassy. Scholar. And looks like the Alchemist. There's the ore mine. Some more work replacement spots there. Tiles and stuff. Carpenters. So a lot of them are combo ones too. Combo buildings. In the backs of those buildings. Whew. Some more stuff here. Some more embassy stuff. More tiles. Looks like a casino you have here. Tailor shop. Kind of tailor spot. Man, this is only the first half of them. I can see why they had to make these small, because there's so many of them. So you would need I don't know. You would need a ton of space in order to play this game, if they weren't so small. These are, I'm trying to show you the embassy house. No, wait. More Forester's houses. Factories here. Libraries, pubs. So just about anything you can think of a town might have. These are all for your player boards, the rectangular ones here. The hexagonal ones. I think hexagon. Penta, hexa, I guess hexagon, whatever the 6-sided one is. I should know that. I'm a math guy, but I think it's hexagon. And then you have your more factories and more buildings. I mean, more tiles. More different types of builders. You can build iron mine, theaters. I'm not sure what that one is. Oh, storage shed. The one up top there. You build a storage shed. There you go. Grand Baker. So it shows you the resources. Again, very good iconography on everything. Alright, last to the first half here. Just tons of stuff there. So definitely probably the biggest game I've seen as far as pieces go and everything. Some more stuff you can do. These mines and stuff will produce every year on your, at least every year or half year. I can't remember which. So you can produce on your own board rather than having to go to different, the hexagon, the tiles there. So you can be self-sufficient. So that when you build a house, this one you build a customs office. So the order that these come out every era is always going to be different too. So that adds to the replayability. Oh my goodness, another big one here. Wow. Oh, and this is cool. I like these. So these are your storage sheds, it looks like. You're going to go on your player board there. See if I can get it to focus. Yeah, there you go. Storage houses. And each one of those crates represents a spot. Like that one will hold 5. This one will hold just 2. So they hold different amounts. And it costs different resources to build. And it shows you what era they come out in. This one comes out in era 4. I think that's victory points on the bottom there. And I think one of them is victory points. That might be the victory point. One of them is victory points. So this one's a storage hall that holds 9 goods. They're not. Let me see how many goods they hold in that. So I think the victory points are the coins. I think I think the coins are your victory points. So so that one's on the bottom right is the total amount of storage on each one. So you don't have to count everything. And I think that's the first player token there. And more storage and warehouse stuff. And these are the markets right here. As you can see, a market will come out every era, or 2 markets in the first era, and then it'll add one just about every year, or every couple years, or era, or something like that. Anyway, and that's the chief officer right there. And more, yeah, these must be all just the storage sheds. More storage sheds on here. More mines. Laborers, embassy. Stuff for the embassy. Another market. And then here are your resources right here. So these are your tools and stuff which you'll need. So that's 1 tool and that's 3 tools. 3 tools there. And then here's your coins and stuff. And then, of course, your resources. Your wood, gold, looks like, clothing, I think timber. See, upgraded goods also. There you go. And more sheds, storage houses, and such. More of your embassies, another market, and finally, it looks like, well, not finally, but your player boards. So it looks like some of your player boards, these punch out too, so you can fill in the gaps here with extra storage sheds in here. Same thing here, this punches out, so you can fill that with a building there. And then you're going to place your buildings on here in the lighter area there, and then on the edges here you can expand to make your territory a little bigger. So yep, so 4 player board, so it looks like it plays 4. I think I said that. And then these are pretty much just the rest of your resources here. So more of the same stuff. Tools, coins, your different resources. Yeah, just more of the same. More of the same. And the backs of those, pretty much the same. And then, yeah, these are just doubles of the same. Right here. So that is it pretty much. Yeah, so a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff to punch out. So that has been Colonists. And it definitely is an epic strategy game. So we'll probably play this one solo definitely at first until we get the mechanics down. And pretty much I think when you do play, it's kind of like multiplayer, it's solitaire. So the solo game and the multiplayer game doesn't change that much other than you can block other people from getting on different spots. And I think there may be a way around it. If you pay them, you can pay them money, coins, in order to go to the same spot they're on or whatnot. But yeah, definitely a very cool game. Like I said, this was kind of one that seemed to float under the radar, and it scratched every itch that we like about gaming in this one. Resource conversion, work replacement, more of everything. So we like that. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, and this is The Colonists, and we will see you in our next unboxing as we have many, many more to go. So take care, and God bless, and thank you all for voting, and be sure to keep voting on the from our video that we showed with all the possibilities. So if you saw all those games in that video and you haven't seen it unboxed yet, you can still vote for it to be unboxed. We'll eventually get to all of them, but if you guys vote on them, the ones that you like will come out sooner. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next Higher Ground Gaming unboxing video. Bye-bye now. Alrighty, we just want to show you one more thing before we made this a video. After punching out all the tiles, as you can see, there are a ton of tiles. Definitely the most we've ever gotten in a game, so I believe so anyway, that I can remember anyway. Maybe rivaled by Feast for Odin, but this is quite a few, so I just wanted to show you this. We'll scan a little bit just to show you. Voila. But yeah, so that is it. So, The Colonists by Mayfair Games. See you next time. Bye-bye now.